What's happening, 7th graders? We are here at 1.5, example 3. And remember, evaluate is a fancy word for solve. And now we're going to start substituting numbers for the letters, also known as variables. So we call these variables. So we're going to take 8 and plug it into x, and -4 and plug it into y, and write it out and then solve it. So nothing different. It's just we're plugging numbers in. Okay, so substitute 8 for x and -4 for y. So you're just going to rewrite the problem. 8 goes in for x, -4 goes in for y. And so now we no longer have x and y because we know what they are. Now we're going to solve, and our order of operations says we got to do exponents first. Parentheses, that's already done. There's only one number in there. Exponents would be 8 times 8 right here. That's going to be 64. Now, division comes next. PEMDAS, remember? Parentheses, exponents, multiplication and division, addition and subtraction. So now we're going to do 64 divided by -4. We end up with -16. So now we have 10 minus -16. And does anybody remember what minus a negative means? What do we do when we have two negative signs? That actually becomes plus. So 10 minus -16 is 26. Let's take a look at some more here. So again, we're going to plug in some numbers
Evaluate
here. 4 for x
4
and
minus
2 for
x,
y. And let's see how
all divided by y squared when x equals 8 and y equals -2. Because this expression has subtraction, division, and exponents, you will use the order of operations to solve this problem. Begin by writing the expression 4 minus x all divided by y squared. Now substitute 8 for x and -2 for y. So we have
so you can rewrite it that way or just plug
minus
it in the first time.
8 all divided by -2 squared. The first step for the order of operations is to evaluate anything inside of parentheses. Notice that our problem has no parentheses other than a -2, and those parentheses are just used to show you that it is -2 squared. But look in the numerator. We have 4 minus 8, and then we are dividing this quantity by a number. So there really are parentheses in the numerator, because we find 4 minus 8 and then we will divide it by a number. So let's evaluate the numerator first. When you subtract integers, you add the opposite. So you are finding 4 plus -8, which is equal to -4. And then we still have -2 squared in our denominator. The next step in the order of operations is exponents. So we will evaluate the exponent. So write the numerator, -4. Then write -2 squared as repeated multiplication. -2 times -2. -2 times -2 is equal to 4 because the numbers have the same sign. So we have -4 divided by 4. When you divide integers with different signs, the quotient of the integers is negative. So negative 4 divided by 4 is equal to negative 1. When x equals 8 and y equals negative 2, the expression 4 minus x, all divided by y squared, is equal to negative 1.
Whew, that was a long one. Let's try a few together. Remember, you can always pause the video if you need to. So a equals negative 18 and b equals negative 6. So I'm going to plug in negative 18 divided by negative 6, and I end up with positive 3 because two negatives make a positive. Negative 18 plus 6 is negative 12. Divided by 3 is negative 4. And then we have negative 6 squared over a, which is negative 18 plus 4. So first we're going to plug in our negative 6 times negative 6. That's going to be 36 over a, which is negative 18. So that gives us negative 2 plus 4 would be 2. So that's a lot of stuff there. If you have questions on this, bring them to the Google Meet and we can